So the M-onke clearer is back again, but this time something different. A March 7th guide. Yes, a guide, my first character guide ever. So March 7th, if I rank her in Memory of Chaos, personally S tier. Very very strong S tier. And if you have Clara together, even better. Super super strong. These two are the best pair in the entire game. No other healer and no other tanker is best for Clara. Is March 7 herself. Reason why is because the shield is tied to her skill, not an ultimate. So it's shield on demand. Any turn and every turn you wish to place a skill and a shield on Clara or any ally who needs a shield at that moment in time. So that's why March is very very powerful. And Eidolons, I really like Eidolon 2 and 4. 6 is very very minimal healing and it unfortunately scales on the character's HP. So it's not as good. If it scaled on much defense, it would be very very powerful, but unfortunately that's not the case. So what I prefer is 2 and 4. 4 is used mostly on Memory of Chaos, where let's say Clara has her ultimate enabled and March applies a shield. So therefore Clara will counter and March will counter. So what does this do is that if an enemy has an ice weakness, the enemy will take extra damage from March. And this is very very powerful in terms of breaking. And this is why Eidolon 4 is super powerful in M-onke, and that's why I prioritize getting this Eidolon. Memory of It. This is a very very powerful Eidolon, and not many people understand why until I posted a video the other day. So basically, if you have a 100% HP team and you put a character on the very first slot of your team, that character automatically gains a shield. So any character of your choice that is placed on the first slot of your team. This is why March 7 is S plus tier in my opinion for Memory of Chaos as well as general activities. But what really makes her shine is Eidolon 4. So stats and light cones, basically everything is effect rest, defense, your usual preservation stuff. And best in slot light cone is day 1 of my new life, this light cone, and try to get it to super imposition 5 as fast as possible because this is the best light cone in the entire game for preservation characters. So far no other light cone beats this in terms of versatility and universally. Yep. So an increased defense and every ally gets all type rest. Super super powerful, super universal, and it also applies for the shields as well as the traces. Your first priority is to get the skill level up. Don't care about the ultimate, don't care about the basic attack, but the talent is really nice to upgrade for breaking. Your skill will be your first priority, and then focus on getting every one of the traces as much as possible and prioritize more on defense. So March has 2 playstyles. One is the breaking playstyle and one is the freezing playstyle. So what I chose is the breaking playstyle as well as the tanking playstyle. So I put defense on my rope. But if you want a freezing playstyle, you're going to put energy regen rope here. And for your spear, always defense. Your body will be defense also, but if you want a freezing playstyle, you put effect hit rate. And then this will be your attack, which is obviously, but what are the stats here that you want to focus on is effect hit rate, or if you don't want effect hit rate, effect rest, which is one of the most underrated stats in the entire game. Effect rest is so important because if March loses a turn where a shield is needed most, your team will crumble. And as well as your HP hit, HP is always fixed, but you want to focus on speed, you want to focus on effect rest if you can, as well as defense. For your boot, it will always be speed. No compromise, it's always speed. Because you want to apply shields more often, you want to spam basic attacks more often so you can get more skill points. That's for your relics. So for my playstyle, I will be using defense and defense, double defense here, so that her shields become more potent. Because I'm a Clara main, so that's why I need to use defense on my bodies. So this is pretty much it for the March 7th guide. And if you look at the stats, you want to focus as high as much speed as possible, as much defense as possible. Crit rate, crit damage, don't care, just skip. Break effect, nice to have. Very, very nice to have if you want to have a breaker tank playstyle. Energy regenerate is only important if you want to freeze enemies more often. Effect rest is a completely god roll. If you have more effect rest, so good for you. And then if you want more breaking, you can also go for damage boost, but I don't recommend it, since you'll be striking very, very frequently if you put a shield on a high aggro character. So this is all for my March guide, and I've been using March as many times in Memory of Chaos, all the way from 1 to 8. In each of the Memory of Chaos, I've been using March, and I've been very successful using it, and I'll continue using her even after I get Luocha.